After the police cars were ambushed down, they automatically knew that their time had come to an end. The person really needed them out of their mystery.
A group of 3 thief teenagers broke into a certain house posing as house cleaners. And in coincidence, the house they broke into belonged to one of the famous businessmen in the city. But at the moment they didn't have any clue on that, since the person who hired them for the work was very clear. To break into house and steal a certain gun which is believed was kept in a safe box inside that house. Despite all of the security measures on the building, they managed to enter in their target room without being detected at all. But as soon they entered the room, something seemed off about it. This is because one of the windows were broken. It's like there was someone who was in the room before them. But they ignored it and continued with their mission, whereby they started clacking the safe box. And within minutes, they managed to open it. And as planned, there was a gun inside, a pistol one. But as soon as they picked it and started their way out, they noticed at once that they were surrounded by every type of police. Helicopters were flying all over the building. They became shocked at once. No one knew what had just happened. And that is where one of them decided to look outside the broken window. In shock, they saw a lying body down the floor. And what became more complicated, the body was of a man who owned the house that they broke into. And that's where they knew someone was trying to blackmail them for murder. And so quickly, they started running out of the building, so as the cops couldn't catch them. But it wasn't an easy task to escape from them, since they had already surrounded the whole building. But with luck, they managed to get out and escape the authority, whereby they headed one up to their hiding house. All of the robbery they have ever done, none seemed serious like this one. Everyone was at an edge trying to figure what to do next. Now on the other hand, the deceased man had an adopted son, who was like his only child he had. And while all of this was happening, the boy was at the city celebrating with his birthday with his schoolmates. But shortly, the party was cut off by devastating news of his father. He didn't believe it at all. Now he was completely alone since he had no mother nor father left. In a day, the death of a popular businessman was all over the news. Nevertheless, the police commissioner removed a statement to the public, whereby he promised them that he will bring in every person who was responsible. And immediately the work started. Police force searched every corner of the city. Our teenager group, they were out of luck this time, since the whole city and police department believed they were the one responsible. But the irony is that, after being blackmailed, the person behind it paid them a really good amount of money, whereby every person would varnish and travel of the world they needed to. But that was not going to happen in this case, because as soon as they were packing their things, they were ambushed down by a group of police, and now they were at the hands of the government. Again, the news was all over stating that the fugitives were captured. Their faces was all over the television. The adopted son was very pleased of the news, but what he didn't know is that things were just starting. But after interrogating them, the police commissioner was not satisfied with the results at all. This is because, despite of them arresting the 3 teenagers, they refused all of the accusations of the murder. They keep insisting that they were framed by unknown person. But it was very hard for the police to believe them, since there was a hard evidence pointing directly to them. But now as the time goes, the commissioner decided to hear their part of the story, and do some of his own research to see if they were saying the truth. And that's where he discovered that there was a very large deposit of money on every bank account of the 3 suspects lately. And so immediately he started being conscious that the 3 teenagers might be telling the truth, that someone was blackmailing them. And according to his experience, the person behind it might be very powerful or rich somehow. But now the big question was who? And that's where they called in the adopted son, for him to answer some questions on whether his father had some enemies who might wish him dead. But what the police didn't know at the moment is that the boy had some answers on him which they didn't know.
After spending few hours interrogating and trying to find some answers, the police discovered something that no one expected. Following the money trail that was used to pay the 3 teenagers, it showed that the money came out from the adopted son's bank account. simply meaning that the boy was the one who paid the three teenagers then tried to frame them. And that's where the boy was arrested for murder. But why would he kill his own father? Some questions didn't make any sense at all. Others claimed that maybe he needed to inherit his father's wealth. But when the boy was questioned, he claimed that he didn't have any idea of what was going on. Everyone now became more confused, no one knew what to believe nor what not to believe at all. And so that's where the commissioner decided to transport the three teenagers together with the adopted son to a holding cell more safer on the town. And so their convoy started the journey, with an escort of 2 police cars behind it. Inside the truck, everyone was cold, no one spoke to one another. They just stared at one another. But within a minute, they heard a blast on one of the police cars. Someone was trying to kill them. But if the adopted son was not the one who killed his father, then who was it? And why was the person trying to blackmail all of them and then try to kill them?